10 years old, so it was a long time ago. You know, that was like a $300 investment. Now you buy them for $30, right? But see the thickness of the deck. This is teak. They actually put the cabin house right over the teak deck, so they laid the teak deck before they built the cabin. This is a 1/2 inch of plywood. I forget what the term is here, but it's the structural member that ties the beams, deck beams, together on the inside here.
How thick is the deck all together?
With both layers, you're looking at about 1 1/4 inches.
What does she weigh?
Now this is based on travel lift weights. They're plus or minus a rock, but we put her in the water with empty tanks and no rig. She weighed 28. When we're loaded up cruising, we're around 32. So when she's light, she draws about 4'9", and when she's really heavy, 5'2". You know, that's something people don't think about. Don't trust the numbers that are in your sales brochures and whatnot. When you haul the boat out, measure the draft. It's not hard to get really close. Because you really want to know what it is. You know, if you got a 6-foot depth, you can't get a 6'1" draft in there. Right?
Yeah. So before you get the boat hauled out, make sure you know exactly where the water line is in the water, and then measure it.
You can usually see a scum line.
Know,
on the bottom paint, and measure both sides and take the average. Deduct if there's blocking under the keel. Deduct that from the total. We've been hauled for almost a month and worked on her just about every day.
Wow.
You know, Oriental has a busy social life, so I have to plan my work around the social engagements. It's very difficult. Yeah.
Fabulous. So, come on up here.
Aye.
So this is the head. We'll start here. We've taken everything out, and this is to do a number of projects. There's the old through hull for the old toilet. The toilet sits here, and we're replacing that with a composting head. The composting head stands a little higher, so we needed to lower the floor. Composting head, you know, is just a self-contained unit. And we took the old toilet out, and he put the composter in there so it could actually fit. It just was, it's going to be better this way. But the whole reason this got started was because of the V-berth. And the whole reason the V-berth got started is because looking forward, on the starboard side you'll see the chain, which is attached to that 66-pound spade. And the chain would castle, in other words pile up, and then you couldn't get the chain to feed in, so it was a problem.
Oh, it castled.
So Don went through a bunch of iterations of what to do about it. You see the PVC pipe coming down from the deck, and the chain feeding down. There's a pile there. That's approximately 150 feet.
Wow.
As you look down, you'll see gray PVC pipe going into a white one. The chain leads aft underneath the berth here, and will lead into here. And of course we have stuff here, so it's going to be difficult. It'll take me a minute, but I can tell you about it. And in this compartment right here is the other 150 feet of chain. Now what that allows is, because you don't normally use more than 150, I mean, to be honest with you, we use less than 100 most of the time. We're not going to anchor in deep depths given a choice. And so we don't use the extra. But the extra chain is right there. Don comes down here and he'll pull on the chain from here as I'm feeding it in. Then he can stop here and go to that wheel. I'm up on the foredeck, and I'm running the windlass.
Wow.
And we use headsets so we can talk to each other.
Yeah, you have to.
You know, hand signals are great, but when he's here and I'm up at there, hand signals don't work as well. This actually removes so that you can have a seat right here.
Ooh.
There you can see more storage, and the PVC pipe bringing the chain in a nice gentle curve so it comes easily. Left-hand side is the rope road. Well, that feeds, you can see where the gray PVC pipe coming in on the port side feeds there, and there's a bit of chain. That's the 30 feet. And then if you move forward, you can look and see the rope road for the anchor on the port side, which is the FX37 Fortress. This area here, remember we showed you the bicycles at the very beginning?
Oh yeah!
These will fit 2 bicycles just right. And there's actually a door that folds down, which will protect the cushions on here when they're here.
Oh yeah.
And you can lay the bicycles there and then put them in.
Wow.
This is long storage right along the hull. Notice those long?
Oh yeah. Wow.
We actually have a mast for the Walker Bay because it has a sail kit.
Yep.
And it can go here. Now this
oh my God.
is a sail locker we never had before.
Oh yeah.
So we have the trisole, we have the bag for the main, we have a spinnaker, we have shade tree covers for the boat. They're all in here.
Wow.
And that pump there is for the washdown pump. The basic woodworking has been done. The hull and all the wood has just been sealed. And we'll paint it all white.
Wow.
Except for the trim. And that will make the space very open and easy to maintain as far as keeping clean and so on. The cushions will be from here to here. Both Don and I lay in here. Your feet don't need as much room, so this is still plenty of space for 2 people to sleep. So, more storage on this boat. 5 drawers.
Gigantic drawers.
This is our forward hanging locker.
Wow.
And
shelving him back.
There's a little through hole.
Oh yeah. Hi.
And Don put the electric in this plastic wireway. Brand name's Panduit. It's used in industry usually, not on a boat. And it keeps everything together in one place. It has openings along the side, so if you need a wire to come out anywhere, it can, like it does up here. And then the cover actually just pops off and pops on again. It's easy. And there's some without the top on it, so you can see how it looks. And it's got plenty of room for more wires to be in there. He wants to change some other stuff with wiring, which is why the cover's not on, because he still has more to do. And that'll come at a later date.
Wow.
And then to make sure that this, this, we had some problems with this keeping, so we put throw bolts. It's not going to swing open. Not going to.
A little space up here.
So this you can see, this is one of the things that's going to happen. This is going to get dropped down here. And that'll actually be a little shelf that the guests can use. And then right next to your head will be another shelf that'll go in. And that'll be another. So they'll have 2 places to put things. Your glasses, your watch, your whatever. See, I'm not sure when you're coming back, but the next time you see us, we'll have a dish rack here.
Oh yeah, way up there.
See the brackets? That's what'll go there. We'll have dishes here and glasses there. So that'll come.
The rack's built, but it needs to be
I need to varnish it.
varnished.
This is where we stored our ditch bag, right behind here, held in by a strap. So it's easy to grab. And then right here is the flare box that we would grab with us too. Remember, you never step down to a life raft. You always step up. Hope it never happens.
When you have no other choice.
That's right. Yeah. That's the last thing. The mothership is the best place to be.
Yeah.
So this is the original electrical panel of the boat. And here's what Don put in.
On a lot of boats, they use circuit breakers for switches. That's not really necessary. And this panel was available to us and had provision for the hard interface, which I like a lot. So we had it modified, and we put these toggle switches for our navigation lights. So there's really only one circuit breaker protecting the wiring to the navigation lights, and you switch the lights with these switches. It saves a lot of panel space. The other thing I did, which is a little anal maybe, but every light has its own fuse in addition to the circuit breaker. So if there's a problem on the port navigation light, you don't lose all of them. We were real early adopters of LED technology, so we still have LED anchor light and tricolor. That was like a $300 investment. Now you buy them for $30, right? But
there's been a lot of advancement in LED lights for boats.
Absolutely.
It's a good thing. Save those amp hours.
Aye. Yeah, LED lights are amazing on power draw.
Right. We did fluorescence.
We've got a fluorescent here.
Oh,
there.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, and it says red too. There's the red.
These cabin lights actually have an Edison base, but they're 12-volt bulbs. They were incandescent bulbs that were 25 watts. And then we replaced those with these, which are 13 watts and twice as bright. And now
We're working on
this side, it's too bright in here for you to see how.
LED.
So that's 4 watts. And that makes as much light as this.
And then we've got another one we're trying, this tower here. This is more of a spot as opposed to a general light. So for the nav station, that would be appropriate.
How about the tank tender?
Oh yeah.
Tank tender.
Okay, so we've got
Do you know
radar.
tank tender?
Yeah, those are awesome. Where's yours?
Right there.
Oh. Yeah. It's awesome. You love it. What do you love about it?
When I do my daily checks, I know just what I've got in terms of water and fuel.
Yep.
That's
To the gallon.
That's really good.
To the
When
gallon.
we fill up with diesel, it's really amazing. I tell the diesel attendant, we're going to need 23 gallons on the port side.
And we take 23.
Wow.
Or 23.1.
Yeah.
You know?
It's that accurate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's great.
And it doesn't use electricity, does it?
Doesn't use any electricity.
And then we've got a single sideband VHF radar. Depth sounder and not log. This radar has long cables, so we actually unhook it here and clip it right up here so it can come into the cockpit.
Wow.
But it's not out there all the time,
Yeah.
so that when you leave the boat, if you were to leave it in port and then fly home, there's not all of this stuff out. We have a computer. What we've done in the past has been place a computer, Velcro it on here, and this will turn. The computer can change whatever way you want. It's just screwed in the middle. You're sitting here, you can see the screen, no problem.
Oh.
And it's protected from the elements. We did have a problem. We were in a storm. We had the boards in here. I climbed over to come down, and I'd come down and turned around to say something to Don, and I got a face full of water, so he was leaning there, and it came right on the computer.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have track here with a clear shower curtain that we'll have there, and that'll protect the computer next time.
Just in case. Wow, you took a wave into the...
It was pretty bad.
Wow.